Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. I'm a YouTuber based in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming to watch another video of mine. In today's video, I want to talk about intentional parenting, intentional mom, or being an intentional dad, what I think it means and why I call myself an intentional mom, because I also had to read up on it for me to understand what it means to be an intentional parent. So if it sounds like something you want to learn about, then please keep on watching. First off, being an intentional mom doesn't mean you're a perfect mom or you need to be a perfect mom. No, I believe that being an intentional mom or an intentional parent just means that you're committed to raising your child or your children in a particular way or according to your own principles and values. Like you're committed to raising them in a particular way, not what people think, or not the way people think they should be raised, or not the way you were raised, or not the way you're seeing your friend or friends raise their own children. No, but it's the way you've decided to raise your kids and sticking to those values that you hold close to your heart as a family, as an individual, and as a family. So being an intentional parent is just being intentional about how you raise your child, not just whatever goes, whichever one, anyhow we see them. We don't come, we say we don't come. No, but when you're intentional about the way you talk to them, the way you discipline them, the kind of lifestyle you portray around them and all of that, that's being an intentional parent. It has nothing to do with being a perfect. So after I had my child, before I even became a mom, I knew I wanted to do things different. My husband and I as a family came up with 3 principles that we live by on how we raise our own, how we're going to raise our own children, or how we're currently raising one child that we have. And I'm going to be sharing those 3 principles with you. The first thing, which I think is the most important, is to lead by example. It's not like we're living a reckless life before she was born, but after she was born, we became more intentional about our lifestyles, about our choices, about our even choice of words, for example. So we just became more intentional about how we live our life. So we lead by example. If you want your child to be kind, you have to be kind. If you want your child to be generous, you have to be generous. If you want your child to know how to treat people, or to treat people in a good way, you have to treat people in a good way when the child is around you, or just make it a lifestyle so that it won't be difficult for you, or you act a certain way. Your Mother Teresa when your child is around, but you're a villain when the child is away. Living a double life is just going to be hard. So just make it a lifestyle. We just said to make it a lifestyle, like to be more conscious, to be more intentional about the kind of people that we are, the kind of things that we say, the kind of company that we keep, and things like that. I mean, we're still a work in progress. It's not like we have it all figured out yet, but yes, we're more intentional about it. So we lead by example. I do not want to raise a child that will have low self-esteem, that will be uncomfortable in her own skin, that will think because her hair is not a certain way, she's not beautiful enough. So I try not to be that. I try not to allow my insecurities take the better part of me. I'm not saying I do not have insecurities, but I don't allow it take the best of me, because I need her to know that she needs to be comfortable in her own skin. I don't go about being rude and nasty to people, because I do not want my child to grow up and be nasty to people. So it's just leading by example, basically, that we try to stick to what's important to us as a family. Yes, I also believe that being an intentional parent is just sticking to something that is important to you, not just going whichever direction your friends, your family, strangers, co-mothers, and everybody pulls you to. I don't think that is right. I think as an intentional parent, you should have what is important to you, values that you hold dear to your heart, and stick to them. Raise your child according to those values that are important to you. I remember when Nora was about a year old. She was going to be a year, I think she was like 11 months old, and I met another lady that her child was just 2 months older than Nora, and the boy could talk well and all that. And I asked her, how come he's already talking so well? She said yes, so that she started putting him in school when he was 9 months old. That he didn't know how to talk then, but she started putting him in school, and bam, he started talking and all that. That I should try that. I was like, she's not going to start school till she's 2. She said, no, I shouldn't, it's not good, I'm holding the child back, blah 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 blah, and all of that. A child learning how to talk really fast is something that is important to her, and she held it dear to her heart, and she stuck to it. As much as I want my child to develop fast, as much as I want her to be the best version of herself, her learning how to talk is not as important to me as being away from her when she was just 9 months old. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, and I stuck to that vibe. Like, I did not care. That day she was in my ears. She kept talking until we went our separate ways. That's all I heard about. She started telling me about schools around and things like that, and that's fine. But as an intentional mom, my husband and I had already come to a decision even before Nora was born, and we decided to stick to that decision. So I'm not saying that we don't get flexible with our decisions, but my point is that whatever is important to you is not important to someone else. So as an intentional parent, you stick to what's important to you. Like they say, one man's food is another man's poison. Your values and someone else's values might not be the same. So don't think that because your friend is raising their child in a particular way, they are doing the best and your own way is wrong. No. If you're in doubt of your own values, it's okay to sit down, pick a pen, pick a paper, write down your values, reevaluate, re-strategize. But the most important thing is that you're raising your child according to how you want to raise your child. That is what I live by as an intentional parent. And the third, probably the most important, I know I already called the first one most important, but something that I also think is really important, our experiences are not theirs. Our childhood experiences, our childhood baggage, trauma are not hers or her siblings to come. Like, we try not to reflect how we were raised on them. Now, this is not saying that I had a bad upbringing. No, I had a fantastic childhood. I say this all the time. Yes, I had things that I do not want her to go through, but even the good and the bad, I try not to reflect anything on her, because I was not raised in the time, or she's not raised in the time that I was raised. 30 years ago and now are completely two different worlds. Like, everything is different. Like, basically almost everything is different. So why should I raise her the exact way I was raised? So yes, that's the third principle we live by. Just be clean slate parents. Be clean slate parents. Discipline her the way you think she should be disciplined for that thing that she did not. Oh, when I was young, once we do this, my mother would beat us 5 strokes of cane. So Nora, come here, I need to flog you 5 strokes of cane. No, we don't do that. Let me not say we cannot. We do not do that. We don't raise our daughter the same way we were raised. And again, this is not saying we were raised in a bad way. No, but we just believe that times are different. And to be honest, we have traumas, we have baggages. So why do the exact same thing and expect different results? I mean, isn't that foolishness? So yes, don't allow your baggages, don't allow your trauma. According to my friend, he said everybody born in the 90s has trauma. So guys, as an intentional mom gang member, these are the 3 principles that I live by. I live by example. Thank you. I lead by example. I stick to what's important to us as a family, and I try not to reflect my past, my childhood or whatever on her. I try to be a clean slate mom. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share with me in the comment section what else you do as an intentional mom. What other value or principle do you live by as an intentional mom? I would like to learn from you too. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video.